Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Solomon Nizangi Shams. You call me Uncle Solomon, so I stay with that. Thank you so much, so much. This is evening right now, so some of you guys are gonna watch it later, but this is evening in Johannesburg. Where are you in the world? Please drop a line so I can know where you are in the world. Say hello to somebody. Let us know your location wherever you are. But thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be a quick, short one. I'm addressing um, a TV program that is going to be shown in South African TV, not just South Africa, Southern Africa, part of Southern Africa. TV is called Amabishop. And Amabishop is more like in Zulu, which means the bishop. So it's a program that addresses issues that happen within the church, and bishops are a part of it. So invites bishops and invite people like me also who are dealing with some of these issues that bishops are dealing with. So we're going to talk about it a little bit. So let's see where you are. Let me read some of the comments. I've had Norma here from South Africa, Nikiwe from Cape Town, Glatzo from Lindiwe from Limpopo, Luis also watching from Johannesburg, Kutz from Croydon, Julian from Cape Town. Good to see you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'm trying to keep up, I thank you for all your prayers. Malume Solomon. Thank you, Lydia, all the way from Canada. Letitia Boxberg. Mike. Thank you, Mike. All the way from Spain. ¿Cómo estás? No, that's Portuguese, isn't it? Thank you, Nombulelo, all the way from the former Port Elizabeth. Martin from Namibia. Ambrose from Lagos. Prezi from he's saying it's 2:30. Where are you? It's 2:30. 2:30 in the afternoon. Aminata from New York. Thank you, Aminata. Mike, good to see you again. Sonia, thank you. I'd hail Dixon. I'd hail you too. Macduff from Pretoria. Lufuno from Vanda. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Some of you guys who are international, I'm going to give you maybe a bit of a background of this story and the issue, and a little bit about the pastor, because I'm very conscious of the bishop. I'm very conscious of the audience that we have. Some of you guys are not in South Africa, so sometimes I deal with South African issues or Zambian issues or Nigerian issues. So it's always good to give a background, just so you guys that are living in other parts of the world that are not familiar and very conversant with the story would sort of like have an idea of what I'm talking about. And that's how we learn. And I think that's the beauty of this channel, where we see people from just everywhere coming. And because there's something to learn from every story. It doesn't have to be a story that you're familiar with, there's something to learn. That at the end of the day is, what can we learn when it comes to principles that are biblical, values that are biblical, how we can grow and be more Christ-like, how we can be able to have more discernment, when we see issues, our level of discernment through the spirit of discernment would be able to be activated. How can we be more relevant? How can we stand for the truth more and more? We know we're standing for the truth. We're not changing. We're not budging. How can we live on the edge for Jesus? That's what it's all about. And we have to learn from each other. So a lot of the stories that I share here, sometimes people might think, well, Solomon is talking about this person and that person. At the end of it is, how do we learn from it? Look at the Bible. The Bible is just stories of one person to another person to another person. Should we say the Bible is gossiping then? If people that are coming here sometimes to say it's gossiping, should we say the Bible is gossiping? No. You move from the story of Abraham, Moses, Moses, Abraham's children, there's Joseph, there's Pharaoh, there's Jonathan, there's David, there's my namesake Solomon, there's Lydia, there's Esther, there is Ruth, there's Naomi, there's Deborah, and all these guys didn't do spectacular things, to be honest with you. Some of them messed up, like really, really messed up. But the stories are there for us to learn. We don't just want to hear a story because we're looking for gossip. No, we want to learn something from it. That's just the most important part of it, you know. So whoever I bring up here is because I know there's a reason, there's something for us to learn. And we don't have to agree, you know, but take whatever God is saying to you and move on with it. It's that simple, you know. So thank you guys very much. I see quite a lot of people. Bulelwa. Hey, Queen, you're funny. Oh. She's saying I've won a lottery that I'm just glowing, you know. Thank you, Passy from Belgium, all the way. Are you what part of Belgium is that? The Flemish? Is it Flemish part or the other part which speaks? What do you guys speak? Dutch? Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Somebody here, yeah, this is what I'm really talking about. Norma is saying this platform is opening our eyes against false prophets. Yeah, you know, and once we can open our eyes against false prophets, you know, hopefully our eyes will be open in different areas also, from our marriages to our relationship to how we deal with money, because it's more like the same principles, you know, to our leadership abilities, to how we function when we're at our workplace. All that is very important. All that is very key and important. So let me just go on. Please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel at Solomon's Temple, and also follow me on Facebook and also on Twitter. That is very, very important. Follow me on Facebook and also on Twitter. That's very important. So let me sort of like give you guys some of the background of this bishop that I'm talking about. I'm going to play a short video later on of the preview, sort of like a preview of the program I was on called Amabishop, which is on DSTV channel 157, on a station channel called Moja Love, which is shown in Southern Africa. If you are in East Africa or West Africa, I'm not sure you can get it, but sometimes they do put it online, a link on YouTube, so you could watch. Now, the person I confronted is called Bishop Stephen Zondo. He runs a ministry called Rivers of Living Waters in the south of Johannesburg in South Africa. He's been in the game for a very, very long time. And I've been receiving reports about him and some of his atrocities for years now, you know. Even before I even said anything about him, there was a time that he had started talking about me on his program. Someone told me he was on a TV channel called Soweto TV, and he was talking about me. That was like years ago, about 10 years ago. And I didn't know why, because I never met him and I'd never said anything about him. But later on I understood why, because I was exposing some of the stuff that TB Joshua was doing at about that time. And he was very much affiliated with TB Joshua. He has a big church and quite a lot of branches across South Africa, and I think Botswana also. So his church in the south of Johannesburg, you know, draws thousands of people every week, you know. And from what I heard, he started as a really seeking for God and all that kind of stuff. But somewhere along the way, long time ago, he got himself involved in so many things that wasn't just proper. To be able to grow the church, to be able to grow his fame and all that kind of stuff, from what I had. And not just from what I had, but from very reliable sources. So I received a lot of report around him. And I started talking about him. reports about his relationship with other women that are not his wife, how he groomed young girls and have relationship with them, his secretaries and people, his relationship with money, his involvement with diabolical, covenants, and all that kind of stuff. Quite a lot of it. So I went all out and really started talking about it. And he doesn't like me at all. And to be honest with you, have I met him? No, I haven't met him and shook his hand, but I've been in the same place where he was. Like this program that you're about to watch. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it later and how he avoided me. He avoided to sit down and face me face to face. We were in the same place, but he avoided me, So I'm going to talk about that later. But recently, after years of talking about him and some of his atrocities and all that, recently the CRA Rights Commission in South Africa, the CRA Rights is a commission set by the government. It's a government institution that is put up to sort of like regulate, protect, and also promote, languages, linguistics, religions, and all that kind of stuff. So they're supposed to protect and all that. So they've been receiving a lot of complaints, and some of the people that I know have been in that church for a long time that have worked closely with him came to me with so many things, gave me names and contacts of people that he has, been involved with the wrong way and all that kind of stuff. So the CRL Commission now decided to set a hearing and invite some of the people who had been in that church and had not so good experience to come and share. And these are some of the headlines from that, not even this one. Let me even start here. These are some of the headlines you see. Bishop Zondo accused of breaking up marriages. So this is what somebody who was a leader at the church before, this is what he came to the commission and said this to the commission. I mean, I knew about most of this stuff, and I knew quite a lot of the victims, so even his niece was a victim, his sister, even his sister, came to the commission. So this is what they told the commission. And this is another one here, saying my wife had an affair with Archbishop Zondo. See, this is what they're saying, right? So you see these kind of headlines. Which one again? Yeah. Here's another one. Followers told they would die or become extremely poor if they left Bishop Zondo. Right? So in the course of all this, when this hearing was going on with all the victims that have different stories, his niece appeared there. His sister appeared there. Some of his former pastors, their wives, girls that were groomed, that he took advantage of them, appeared. They all appeared there. Right? They all appeared there. So this is something that is public right now. And what happened was this hearing went on for a number of days, I think about a week or so, from one week into the other week. And he tried to stop the hearing. So he went to court to stop the hearing. All the victims that were coming and giving their testimonies about their experiences. He was invited to come and share his own part of the story, but he never really pitched up. He never went there. But what he did was he tried to go and stop the commission from the hearing. And he went to a judge and put an application, and this is what happened. Judge dismisses Bishop Zondo's application to stop CRL investigative hearings against him with cost. So the judge threw it away against him with cost regarding the hearing, right? So he couldn't stop it. Instead of him going to the commission and to appear at the hearing, which he was invited, and give his side of the story and say, no, I don't know this person, or what this person is saying is not true. This is actually what happened, or actually nothing had ever happened between them. But he never went there. He avoided all that. And even last year, he wrote something about me in the newspaper, attacking me and all that kind of thing. And I wrote the newspaper. I said, look, he attacked me, and I think it's only fair that you give me a right of reply. So they gave me a right of reply, and I wrote an article that was published in the newspaper. And this is the article: the unfair Christian faith of Bishop Zondo. If you can see the date there is the 5th of July, 2020, and you can see my name also there. So this appeared in one of the Sunday newspapers, the national Sunday newspaper, because he wrote quite a lot of stuff about me, attacking me and saying, I'm just destroying the church. I don't love the church, and I have an agenda and all that kind of stuff. This is a man who accused me of taking R1 million from other people, just to attack him. You can't buy me with money. Money cannot buy. You can't buy me with money. I don't do this for money. If I was doing this for money, I would have made millions out of it, to be honest with you. But what would I gain from it? What would I gain from it? So now I was invited to appear on the TV program called Amabishop. And Amabishop, like some of you guys who joined, just for some of you guys who joined in late, Amabishop is a program on national or on TV around Southern Africa. And Amabishop is in Zulu. It just means the bishop. They bring in bishops and pastors to talk about issues around the church. So sometimes I get invited. So I got invited this time to tackle him. So here is what happened. I was invited, and I was told that Zondo was ready to face me. After so many years, he was ready to face me face to face, and address some of the issues that I've brought up that he had been involved in. So I went, and everything was set. And just when we were supposed to start shooting, he was there, but he never spoke to me. Just when we were about to start shooting, he now said, no, he doesn't want to be in the same interview set with me. Right? So the directors came and told me. I was like, yeah, they knew I wasn't happy. They knew I wasn't happy. And I told them. So he brought me all the way here, right, to have this interview, all the way there to have this interview. He told me Bishop Zondo was going to avail himself for us to deal with these issues. And now he is dictating to you, telling you that he's not going to be on the same set with me, on the same set of interview with me. And you agreed. So he's calling the shot for you. He's writing the script for you. There are questions that he needs to answer. And that's all I have to ask him. It's as simple as that. But I guess they kind of like fell for him, because where we shot the interview was actually in his church setup. When he's building some big edifice, big church structure somewhere in Davao. He was there. You could see it in the background when we did the interview. And we now, and I said, okay, fine. Right? I said, maybe I should just go home. But I said, look, I've come all the way here. And this is not about Zondo, it's about people. I said, okay, let me just try to wait. So they did a first set with him. He was there. He was being asked questions, and he was just talking and talking. And I was there, and I was just listening to him. And I was like, this guy is just lying. And afterwards, I was brought in in another set of interview. That's why you would notice, unlike the set where myself and Mboro was there together and dealt with the issue, Zondo was not in the same set as I was. But then I passionately addressed the issue. And I think, one way or the other, the aim was achieved anyway. So let me play you some sort of the preview of that program, and then I will tell you about a little bit more about why I confronted him. So here is a preview of the TV program called Amabishop. It's going to be showing this Sunday on the Moja Love TV channel, DSTV 159 at 9:30 p.m. on Sunday. Watch it.
They say you are a witch warlord. Why
do you think it's taking long for the police to charge him?
You know how many case numbers have been thrown away? Zondo is like a mafia.
It annoys me when you mention the name Solomon. I don't know him.
Zondo has left God. God has left him. I'm not even going to call him bishop because he's not worthy of a bishop.
So that's Amabishop. So you can see what I said there. I'm not even going to call him a bishop because he's not worthy of a bishop. To call yourself a bishop is really an office that carries a lot of expectations, but not the kind of conduct that Zondo is involved in. He has totally disqualified himself, in his operation in the office of a bishop. So I'm not even going to call him a bishop. For me, he's not a bishop. For me, he's not a bishop. This is somebody that's saying, look, I don't know Solomon. You can see there, but you've been saying a whole lot of stuff about me, but you're saying you don't know me, and you could see the way he's asking, he's answering some of the questions. And you must watch on Sunday. For those of you guys who are in Southern Africa, you must watch on Sunday. There's a lot of more other stuff that's going to come out, and I said there, confidently, God has left him. And because he has left God. He has left God. How can you say he has left God? Sin. When you begin to sin, creates some sort of a vacuum, a gap between you and God. That's what it is. You're not going to come out and say, I'm leaving God. No, it doesn't work that way. But that's what sin does. Sin brings a big divide between yourself and God. Holiness connects you more closer to God. Righteousness, right living. Let me play that video again one last time.
They say you are a witch warlord. Why
do you think it's taking long for the police to charge him?
You know how many case numbers have been thrown away? Zondo is like a mafia.
It annoys me when you mention the name Solomon. I don't know him.
Zondo has left God. God has left him. I'm not even going to call him bishop because he's not worthy of a bishop.
Yeah, that's what it is. This Sunday on the Moja Love DSTV 157 at 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m. Make sure you catch it if you're around Southern Africa. For those of you guys who are watching internationally, if I do get the video clip, I would definitely put it out here when they have a link. Maybe during the week, I'll put it out here for you guys to get to watch it. And you see, for me, I needed to confront Zondo, and I needed to confront him on issues. That's just what it is. You see, when we keep quiet, when we don't confront issues, and people that are causing pain to other people keep getting away with it. So it's better to talk about it. It might not stop it at the end of the day, but at least you're bringing it to a certain attention that it might just help other people. And you're also letting whoever the perpetrator is that, look, we see you and we know what you're doing. And the Bible is very clear, even when it comes to, a brother or a sister, doing stuff totally different. Some people would say, why didn't you meet him privately and deal with that? Do you know how many times people have met him privately to deal with this, but he doesn't want to listen. You know, when you see somebody who is okay, who has come to a place where he's very comfortable with the kind of sinful lifestyle that they are involved in, and they're causing pain to other people, then it has become a big problem. And you just need to speak out. There's nothing you can do about it. So that was actually why I did that. But you can watch this this Sunday, and next week, hopefully, I'm going to bring in one of the leaders who was there, who saw a lot of stuff, and I'm going to bring him here and interview him. Just so you know, I mean, I know a lot of the victims. If you check some of my videos here, I've interviewed a lot of his other victims. Just check the videos there. You're going to see it. Investigating Bishop Zondo. You're going to see quite a lot of that. But the next week, hopefully, I'm going to bring one of the leaders and interview them. So guys, we need to be bold, just so we can step up and talk to bishop, pastors, apostles, or whatever, and address issues with them. You don't have any sort of like beef with them. You don't have a problem with them, but it's about what they are doing. That's what you want to talk about. And it's not wrong to talk about it. You know, you can confront it. You can do it passionately. You don't disrespect them. I'd never disrespected Zondo, but I disagree with him passionately. You know, so there's a huge difference with that. Let me just finally check some of the comments that I hear. Tabang actually is making a good point here. He's saying these issues must be dealt with publicly, because these people lie to people publicly. That's what it is. So why do we have to put things and take it under? And then there is Ngwape is saying this Zondo is very disrespectful when answering questions. If you are innocent, then why insult and use bad language? Just calmly answer. Yeah, you could see that he was actually agitated and getting angry, even though I wasn't in the set. So you could imagine if I was sitting next to him, you can imagine how angry he was going to get. But why are you angry? We're just here to talk about issues. You're angry and you're insulting, you know, and disrespectful. That's just not right. Zodwa says, my heart bleeds for Zondo. This is a fall of a great man of God. Yeah, indeed. Seho, yeah, Seho is very correct here. Our iniquities separate us from God. That's what our iniquities does, our sin. Precious is saying he's lying about not knowing Solomon. Exactly. He has mentioned my name so many times in different places, and also on TV. So yeah, and this is what he said, you know, and he was even bringing my wife into the picture. and that's the real Zondo. If you listen carefully, you would know that this man is not a man of God. You just have to listen carefully and carefully. That's what it is. I'm checking some of the comments. Norma is saying, this is your ministry, my brother. Don't allow anyone to make you guilty for doing the right thing. Yeah, a lot of people, every time they want to make me guilty, you know. Live season is saying, you are trying, Solomon. Please never lose yourself. Sell your integrity. What you do is God's work. Yeah, integrity is very, very important. The moment I begin to lose my integrity, live season, it's more like I cannot continue to do what I'm doing, because everything I do is tied to integrity, who I am privately, not just publicly. I can be somebody different publicly and somebody different privately, you know, especially in an ungodly way. It doesn't just make sense, you know. Tuli Ramasodi is saying, hi, Brother Solomon, please like my comment. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. Quite a lot of comments here. Yeah, Zondo was pissed off. Actually, some of you guys really picked it up. He was pissed off, though we're not even in the same set. So you can imagine if I was sitting face to face with him, you can imagine how he was going to lose it, because I I am bringing out his iniquities publicly, which is what they do not like, because they project themselves as men of God, holy men of God. Right? Someone is saying, Solomon, more strength to you. It's not popular to stand up against these thugs. No. It's not popular, brother. I agree with you. I agree with you. It's very unpopular. It has made me very, very unpopular, to be honest with you. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your comments. Yeah, there's quite a lot of comments here. Becky joined us late, but she said the pulpit can either pull you from the pit or into the pit. We're in perilous time. Watch and pray. Good job, Uncle Saul. Thank you. Yelang Jenkins saying, Solomon is saying, Shams, this continent will honor you in due season, and you are a voice in the wilderness. Thank you. Appreciate it. So thank you, guys. That was what I just wanted to share and just prepare some of you guys who are going to be able to watch this on the Sunday. And maybe we can talk about it more next week when you after watching it, we can talk about it next week and talk about what you think, because there are certain things that I might not see and you might see, and we can actually look at it. We can look at it differently and also understand it differently. That's what we are going to. That's what we're going to look at. So thank you, guys. I'll leave you. Thank you for your regular prayer. Please keep praying for me. Keep praying for our families, and keep praying for yourself. And please keep praying for people who have been blinded and brainwashed by some of these charlatans and fake prophets and false prophets, fake apostles, sorcerers that are taking over. They think they're taking over. I mean, you can never take over the church. You can only create a fake church. And that's what they're doing. You can only create a replica that God doesn't dwell in there. And that's what they're doing. So thank you so much. Apumzile from Australia, Newcastle in the New South Wales in Australia. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it. So I'll see you again. And yeah, enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk more. God bless you guys. Thank you.